Keep it clean. Can you see this? Can you hear me? Are you guys with me? Share. Hello? Somebody answer me. Let's see. Can you guys hear and see me? Yes, perfect. Okay. All right. I think, yeah, it just came in. So, does anyone have a specific question? Jordan, yes? Is that yes, you can see me, or yes, you have a question and you'd like me to do one? I can see you. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's start and we'll just keep going backwards then. Okay. So, number 13. Two dice are thrown at the same time. What's the probability that the first die lands on a 4? First die lands on a 4. So I'm going to give, I have some candy. I'm going to give candy to the people that I feel are really actively working. And I will give that candy out as soon as we return. So what is the probability the first die lands on a 4? Put your answer in the chat. Two dice are thrown. It is not 1 out of 4. Good try, but that is participation, so that's good. 2 out of 4. No. So think about it. A dice has 6 sides. So there are 6 sides total, and to get a 4, that means only one of the sides is going to bring up 4. So the probability is 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6. Hey, that's why we're learning. That's why we're doing this, right? So that is the answer for the first question. Well, right now, Ashley's getting a bunch of candy. All right. Here we go. Letter B. What's the probability that the second die lands on an even number? Okay, so you need to ask yourself, how many even numbers are there on a die? Put your answer in the chat. Very good. Nice job. Yes, Kaylee. 3 out of 6. You have 2, you have 4, and you have 6. So that is a success of 3 out of the 6 numbers. It does not say whether we should reduce or not. 3 out of 6, hopefully you would know, should simplify down to 1/2 if it says to reduce. If it says don't reduce, then you would leave it out of 3 out of 6. Okay? All right. Good job. Okay, let's look at the next one. So what is the probability that the first die lands on a 4 and that the second die lands on an even number? First die lands on a 4 and the second lies on an even number. Well, these are independent events. Anytime you have an independent event or events, which means one does not affect the outcome of the other, you multiply those probabilities together. So that means 1 out of 6, for getting the 4, that was our answer up here, times 1/2, which was our answer here. Whatever we roll on the first one does not mean anything. Yes, thank you, Antonio. When you multiply those together, you get 1 out of 12. Okay? So again, independent events, they do not affect each other at all. You would just multiply them together. All right? Okay. Any questions about number 13? All right, let's go up to number 12. Answer the following questions about the 2 data sets provided. Show your calculations. So we have data set A, wearing the red trunks, And data set B, wearing the blue trunks. All right. Find the mean. What's another word for mean? What's another word for mean? Put that in the chat. One word meaning for the mean. Anyone? That is the average. Yes, average. Very nice. So the average means I need to find the total of all the data and then divide by the number of pieces of data that I have. Okay, divide by the number of data. So if I add these together, I'm just going to add them old-fashioned way. So there's 12, there's 14, there is 46. Yes, 46 and 14 is 60. So this looks like we have a total of 72. Okay, 72, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 72 divided by 6. Oh, I don't have my handy dandy calculator. I probably should know that. 72 divided by 6 is 12. So 72 divided by 6 is a mean of 12. Okay? All right. I'm going to get rid of this because I'm going to need these. Median. What's a one-word definition for the median? Put it in the chat. Come on, come on. Median is the middle. Middle. Okay, but before I can put these in and find the middle, I have to put them in order from least to greatest. So, least to greatest, 3, and I like to cross them off as I go. 7, 7, 9, 11, and 35. And then I like to mark them out from the outside in. Oh, I've got 2 middle numbers. So you need to then find the mean or average of those two. Another way to do it, what is in the middle of 7 and 8? Or if you add these together, you get 16. And 16 divided by 2 is 8. So your median there is 8. That's the middle. Okay? How are we doing out there? I don't see a lot of people putting anything in the chat. All right. What's the mode? What's a one-word term for the mode? The mode is the one that happens. Come on, I got all these people. Nobody's answering. Jordan, JL, Cadence, Mariana, Kareem, Luis. Ooh, yes, yes. The mode is the one that happens or occurs the... Ooh, no. You might be ahead of me. We're on mode. The one that happens the most. Yes, 7. There are 2 7s. So that is our mode. Sometimes you don't have a mode. If they all happen just once, then you wouldn't have one. Sometimes you can have 2 modes. So it just depends, but it's the one that happens the most. And finally, range. Home on the range. What is my range? 35. I do not think it is 35. No. For the range, yes, 32. You need to take the largest number minus the smallest number. You actually have to subtract, and it is not an actual range of numbers like we sometimes would think of with the margin of error. So that would be 35 minus 3, which is equal to 32. 32. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Let's go over to data set B. Couldn't even see. Oh, so sorry. You couldn't see? I'm sorry. I know, my things are all messed up. All right, data set B. Let's find the mean of that. That's the average again. Okay. Yep. You guys are funny. So I need to find the total, and divide by the number of data that I have. So my total, there's 17, there's 21, and 4, 5, 12, looks like 42. So 42 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 42 divided by 5. And it doesn't have to be a whole number. 8.4. Man, nice job there, sir. Doing great today. 8.4. Yes. It does not have to be a whole number most of the time. Unless we make it to work as a whole number, it won't be a whole number. Median. Median is the middle. We need to write in order from least to greatest first. So 4, 4, 6, 13, 15. And my median is going to be... Yes, thank you, Kareem. I appreciate that. Nice to see you're with us. Great. Hey, how about the mode? Which one occurs the most? The most in data set B. Yes. Oh, we're coming alive now. That talk of candy, I guess, is bringing people alive. All right, so that is 4. It occurs twice. And range. Take a look. What is my range here? Range. Excellent. Yeah, we got 15. That's your largest number minus your smallest number, which is 4, gives a range of 11. Nice. You guys are on fire. So, which data set... Bro is locked in. Yes, you are. Nice. Which data set has an outlier? Which data set has an outlier? Outliers, like an outlaw. Which data set has an outlier? Data set A. Let's see. That is correct. How do we know it's data set A? What the heck is an outlier? Oh, brother. Yeah, it is when you have a number that is much bigger or much smaller. Well, it's about time you got here. Jeez. Data set A has the number 35, okay, which is much higher than the others. Much higher than all the other numbers, okay? So that is the outlier. It stands apart from the rest of them. All right, any questions about problem number 12? I don't know who you're talking to when you say that. I'm not your brother. All right, let's go back.
Hi, good morning, Miss.
Good morning. Like I said, it's about time you're here. You want to try number 10? You want to look at 10?
Me?
Yes, we can do that. So number 10 is always a good one. Permutation combination. We did 11 yesterday. Number 10, your phone has a 6-digit code. 6-digit code that can be used to unlock the home screen. The numbers 0 through 9 can be used for that 6-digit code. Letter A says, would you use a permutation or combination to calculate the number of possible unique codes that can be created? What do you say? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Permutation, or put P or C. Permutation, combination. Come on, people. Is order important if you're doing a code? Pom-poms. Yes, yes. Permutation. There we go. Permutation. So, how do we know? Permutation, think of your pom-poms. Permutation, order matters. Order is important. So, if we want to know, how can you tell? If you say it's the combination, order is not important. If you say permutation, order is important. Order matters. So, now I don't like this word, but we're talking about a code. How many possible codes are there? I'm going to say codes because combinations is kind of tricky. It's a permutation of codes. How many possible codes are there if the digits are allowed to repeat? Now, this is not probability. It does not say what is the probability. They just want to know how many possible codes. Okay? It is 6 digits. Why not put out these spaces and let's figure it out? And they are allowed to repeat. Okay? So then you got to look over here. How many different numbers do we have to choose from when we have 0 to 9? Think about it. Put it in chat. What is the number of numbers from 0 to 9? Come on, people. We don't have all day. I know as much as you would love to spend time with me. Yes, it is 10. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 plus 0. That is 10 numbers. So, the digits are allowed to repeat. How many different numbers could we put in this code in the first place? We could put 10. Yes, good, Ashley. How many could we put in the second position? Survey says that is not correct. It is not 9 because they are allowed to repeat. So that means I could put 10 here. Yes. Does that make sense? No, Antonio, not 6. 10. So the 10 for the next one, 10. Our code could be 999999 because they are allowed to repeat. Okay? That's okay. That's all right. That's why we are still learning. So if I multiply these all together, yeah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 10 to the 6th power. That means you are multiplying 10 6 times. And this also tells you how many zeros you have when you use 10 to some power. So that number is 1 million, which is a 1 with 6 zeros. Okay? 1 with 6 zeros. 1 million. All right? It is not a permutation, though, because we are allowed to repeat. In a permutation, you can't have a repeated winner type thing. Okay? Letter C, how many possible, I'm taking this out, codes are there if the digits cannot repeat? So we still have 6 places here. It's a 6-digit code, right? But we can't repeat the numbers. So how many different numbers could I put in that first position for the first value? Yes, good. 10. Now, I can't repeat. Then 9. There we go. Yes, 7, 6, and 5. Yes, we are multiplying these. Excellent. Very good. All right, so then if I multiply this, this is a permutation, 10 whole items, 5 at a time. Okay, 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. And let me check and make sure those are the same. You are probably correct, Cream. I am just going to check really quick. And 5. Ooh, what did you have? Maybe I had the wrong answer. I have 30,240. Is that not what came up? 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. Ooh, what did I do wrong? You're right. It is 151, 200. So Kareem, you were right. 151,200. It is a permutation. Oh, we're not doing 5 at a time. We're doing 6. Silly, silly teacher. Yes, there are 6 spaces. So we start with 10 and there are 6 spaces. Now I think that'll come out. Sorry. Yes, 151, 200. Okay. So those are the same. Nice job. Okay. Any questions about 10? Now, if you recognize that it is a permutation and you have 10 different choices and you're doing 6 at a time, you can do that, or just write the spaces, okay? Write the spaces. So Anna, does that make sense for that one? You might as well get this whole week off. No, don't say that. All right, what time are we got? 10:35. Oh, we got a minute. So let me, we can do this number 9 equip. Juan is choosing an outfit for school. He has 14 shirts, 15 different pairs of pants, 12 belts. How many different outfits can we create? So this is the fundamental counting principle. When you have so many different options to figure out the total number of outfits of what you are dealing with, you simply take the total of each type and multiply together. So 14 times 15, 14 times 15 times 12 is 2,520. Yes, nice job. Okay. Now yawn needs mitigate. Okay, so before we go, just remember this was the morning part. The afternoon part, if you go to today's Canvas, on today's Canvas page, it's going to say to do, yes, the weekly Canvas activity that needs to be done for today's remote learning for today. You just did them. Great. And if you didn't do the one from yesterday, it is a, I believe, 10 question, 10 point homework assignment for yesterday. Right now, the test is rescheduled for Friday. Friday. That means by Friday, I need all homework. Don't forget to do the homework that you have at home and the bell work, catch up on the bell work, all that kind of good stuff. But I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great rest of your day and bye-bye. All right. Bye. Wait, when's next class? Next class starts at 10:38. That would be period 6. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right.